India has many science academies. INSA, NASI, the Indian Academy of Sciences, the Academy for Engineering, Medical, and Agricultural Academies. These institutions were set up to champion scientific excellence, advise policymakers, and stand up for researchers. But when it comes to tackling the suffocating bureaucracy in R&D funding, they have been silent. No sustained campaigns, no real action visible. And that silence, it is not just disappointing, it is dangerous. Right now, India's research ecosystem is being strangled by red tape. The very academies meant to promote excellence in science are sitting on the sidelines. So we have to ask, are these academies outdated relics? Or are they just too disconnected from struggles of everyday researchers? And here is the irony of overrepresentation. India has more science academies than many developed nations, but far fewer active researchers. According to UNESCO, India has only about 200 researchers per million people compared to over 4,000 in countries like the US and South Korea. With so few researchers, you would expect so many academies is meant for amplifying their voices of the researchers. Instead, these academies become echo chambers for elite academics who don't face the same realities as young or mid-career scientists. And here is the kicker. Many of the PhD holding bureaucrats responsible for this mess are fellows of these very academies. If the people causing the problem are part of these academies, doesn't it make it even more urgent for the academies to step in? They have both the moral authority and the leverage to push for change. So what they can do? First, they need to review which of their fellows are in key positions at funding agencies. Then they should nudge or pressure them to streamline processes and remove the red tape. Transparency is the key, of course. The academies should demand public annual reports from ministries detailing the status of grants, approved, pending, or lapsed. A publicly accessible database similar to NIH Reporter should be established to provide taxpayers with year-by-year information on the release dates of approved grants. No more hiding efficiencies. These academies also need to engage directly with policymakers, the Prime Minister Office, relevant ministries, and advocate for streamlined funding mechanisms. The academies should push for ISRO's model of funding. India's science academies can't afford to stay silent while the research ecosystem collapses under bureaucratic weight. Their silence isn't just negligence, it is a betrayal of the researchers they are supposed to represent. If they don't act now, they risk becoming irrelevant relics, remembered only for failing when it mattered most. It is time for them to step up or step aside. Thank you.